All right, everyone, welcome back into another NFL DFS video. My name is Polzin with 9 to 5 Sports. Going to be breaking down the Week 15 cash plays for both FanDuel and DraftKings, all right? Going to be pretty much a simple approach this week, so probably going to be a quicker video. Just a reminder, if you guys enjoy the coverage, make sure to give a like and subscribe. All right, let's get into it. So if you guys watched the core plays video, or really any of the videos thus far this week, you're going to know most of the lineup process. It is what it is. That's the week that we have. It's a pretty straightforward week. Okay, so Justin Herbert at quarterback going against the Tennessee Titans. 7.2 is just such a very cheap price point for a guy that's thrown the ball over 40 times the last 3 games, and for a guy that we can project to continue to throw the ball over 40 times against the Tennessee Titans. All he has to do is throw for maybe 2 touchdowns, and then he can really go off. But I do think we are going to be locking in 20 plus DK points and FanDuel points. He is someone I'm certainly going out of my way to play. At the running back position, I am going with James Conner to start with. Just the easy lineup point. Going to play about 90% of the snaps. Obviously, they look really good against New England. What I would say is the best rush defense, and scored 23 DK points, and now he scored over 20 DK points in 3 out of his last 4 games, and the one game where he didn't was against the Niners, who are a good rush defense as well. Still was able to score 13.4 DK points. Obviously, that is all great. Denver is a pretty good defense as well, so sure, the upside might not be there, but the safeties certainly should be there. Like 14 DK points as a floor, 20 more or so as a ceiling is going to be great. James Conner just going to be tough not to play. And then we're looking at the receiver position. Once again, just Keenan Allen playing 90% of the snaps, got 14 plus targets the last 2 weeks, which were the 2 weeks in which he's been fully healthy, and he was able to score 20.8 and 21.2 DK points. Once again, going against the Tennessee Titans, that's a matchup that you've been wanting to chase. I fully expect Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen to both have a great game. I'm going out of my way to play both of them, just given the price points as well. They're both way too cheap. Looking at Garrett Wilson going against the Detroit Lions, another very much matchup-based play, but also the fact that he has been seeing an increase in his snap counts, okay? Going to play in about 90% of the snaps this week, especially with Corey Davis out. That might just force him into those snaps as well. But we can see he's been a highly productive player, even in more difficult matchups. And the thing that I like is that against the NFC North matchups, which are easier matchups, he was able to really go off and dominate those. Now, obviously, the Detroit Lions are going to be an easy matchup, so I like the floor that we get. Let's just say 12 DK points with the upside to really go for 30 DK points. Garrett Wilson is just going to be tough to pass up on as a play at 6K. And then tight end, I'm just going to go down to the lowest price tight end that I think is going to have a good game, and that's going to be Chig. So just going to go ahead and put him in there. 3.1, obviously been playing extremely well the last 2 weeks. Kind of a way to run it back as well in that game. Now, obviously, you don't need to really worry about that in cash, but also not a terrible thing. Like if Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen are going off, that certainly means the Tennessee Titans are going to be throwing the ball a little bit more. Defense, I am still ending up on the Falcons, so just go ahead and plug and play them. So we have 3 spots to fill. Okay, and I did it this way on purpose because it does get difficult here. Like I still think Nelson Aguilar is going to be the play because Jacoby Myers still hasn't practiced. So Nelson Aguilar, who is someone that did play 90% of the snaps last week as well, did see 10 targets last week. If Corey Davis is out, Nelson Aguilar for sure is going to be getting those snaps as well. He'd be their top pass catcher, especially if Ramondre Stevenson's out as well. You might see some more short passes, some easier catches, which would obviously raise his floor. At this price point, it's just too cheap for him. So, I do like the pass catchers here. We're getting 3 guys that are going to play 90% of the snaps most likely and going to get at least 7 targets. That is highly appealing to me. So from there, let's try to finish out this build with the flex. So I do think we can fit Derrick Henry in there. Obviously going against the Chargers, that is a very favorable matchup. Should get around 20 opportunities. The question is how many snaps will he get? That's the biggest issue. Needs to get the yards, needs to get the bonus, needs to get the touchdown. I don't love that as much, but obviously can't be too picky. We don't have that many great running back plays. I will say Pacheco, a similar play to Henry in the sense that, not catching too many passes, more of a matchup dependent play. But for now, I do like Derrick Henry. I like the upside that he presents. Then we have 6.1 left over. Then you could easily go Pacheco there. Okay, so this should be a very solid build to start out the week, or to close out the week, I guess. Now let's get into FanDuel. It's going to be more of the same, but I'll show you guys a simple adjustment that I made. So on FanDuel, still went Justin Herbert. I think Derrick Henry is much more appealing on FanDuel. James Conner, Keenan Allen, Garrett Wilson, Nelson Aguilar. The only difference was I was forced to have to play Elijah Moore in the flex. Okay, so we're getting a much worse flex on FanDuel. It is what it is. Elijah Moore, obviously, if Corey Davis is out, would still step into 80% snap share and still gets a decent amount of targets. Now, one news item that I want would be to get that Damien Harris is going to be active, okay? Because if he is active on FanDuel, he's way too cheap. So a simple pivot would be go Damien Harris instead of Derrick Henry. Then we can get a much better flex play instead of Elijah Moore. You could really go with whoever you want at that point. Don't get me wrong. I still wish we could fit Derrick Henry in there. I don't want to really change the lineup that much. Maybe we punt more at tight end to fit Derrick Henry in there. You could do that. I'd be fine with that. But you could easily go AJ Brown, who gets a great matchup against the Chicago Bears. But that's all I have for you guys for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Give a like and subscribe. That helps me be able to put out more content for you guys. All right. Thanks for watching. As always, let's keep cashing.